For the next week, I'm gonna send 1,000 LinkedIn DMs and I'm documenting the entire process. Last year, I generated 7 figures in pipeline from LinkedIn outreach. I'm gonna show you everything, the messages I send, the replies I get, and every single result. So you'll know exactly whether LinkedIn outreach actually works or if I just wasted a week of my life. Let's get into it. All right, step number 1, we have to set up the LinkedIn infrastructure. Unlike cold email where you can blast thousands of emails per day, LinkedIn, they have strict limits. With one Sales Navigator account, you can safely send about 150 DMs per day to people you're already connected with. That's roughly 1,000 per week, which is exactly what we're aiming for. 1,000 DMs divided by 7 days equals about 143 DMs per day. That's right at the safe limit for one account. If you go over that, LinkedIn, they could restrict your account, so don't go over it. You might be asking, why Sales Navigator? Sales Navigator costs about $100 per month, but it gives you higher limits and better targeting. And more importantly, it boosts your social selling index, which keeps your account in good standing. I've seen free accounts get restricted running the same campaigns that work on Sales Navigator. All right, so here's the setup. You'll want one Sales Navigator account. That's literally it. No sketchy automation tools, no fake accounts, just strategic manual outreach. And the total infrastructure cost is $100. But without people to message, that $100 is wasted. And here's the thing. I need to find 1,000 people who are already in my network that can become clients. All right, step 2, build a prospect list. This is what I'm good at. Here's what most people get wrong. They connect with everyone. They try to sell to everyone. That's why their response rates are garbage. We need to be strategic about who we're messaging. So first, the targeting strategy. I'm gonna focus on B2B founders and sales leaders. I'm gonna target people who specifically have connected with me within the last 90 days. Why? Because they already showed interest by accepting my connection request. They know who I am, they've seen my content, so they're kind of warm. First, I'm gonna go into Sales Navigator. I'm gonna filter by job title. I'm gonna filter CEO, founder, VP of sales, head of sales, and sales director. And then I'm gonna filter by company size, 10 to 200 employees. And then I'm gonna filter by connection degree, first degree connections only. And most importantly, I'm only gonna filter those that have connected with me in the last 90 days. With these filters, I'm still looking at a lot of connections that fit the criteria. And I only need about 1,000 for this week. So I'm gonna prioritize the most recent connections first. These are people who just recently connected, so they probably remember who I am. Here's why recent connections matter. Someone that connected with you yesterday is probably 10x more likely to respond than someone that connected with you years ago. They're still curious about who you are. They probably haven't forgotten why they connected with you in the first place. And this is the warmest audience you probably have on LinkedIn right now. Now I have my list, but the message you send, it's everything. If you send a bad DM, it's gonna get ignored, or even worse, maybe reported. All right, step 3, creating the outreach sequence. Every month, I get hundreds of LinkedIn DMs trying to sell me stuff. Most of them, they look like this. They're automated, they're super long, they're just garbage. I don't have the time to read them, let alone reply. So what we're gonna do is the opposite. We're gonna create a stupid simple message. Here's the DM that closed 6-figure deals for me at Uplead. Hey, first name, what led you to connect with me? That's it, that's the whole message. No pitch, no paragraphs, no, I noticed you're the VP of sales at blah, blah, blah company and you guys are growing. Are you looking for blah, blah, blah service? No, just a genuine question. Here's why this works. It's short, so they actually read it. It's curious, so they want to answer. It's human, so they don't feel sold to. And most importantly, it starts a real conversation. Here's what usually happens next. They reply with why they connected. They say, I saw your content on cold email, or I'm looking for help with lead gen. They might say, I'm just networking. Whatever they say, I now know their intent and I can respond accordingly. If they don't reply, you have to follow up. I usually wait 3 to 4 days and I send a casual follow-up. I send something like, hey, first name, I know you're busy. I'm just circling back. Curious, what are you working on right now? It's still no pitch. It's still just an opener to try to start a conversation. If they don't reply after that, I'll just leave them alone. This is an alternative method that I use. For high value prospects, I'll usually send a voice note instead. It's a mobile only feature, but 99% of people, they don't use it. I've received over 700 DMs this year, and I think only 3 or 4 used voice notes. And I replied to all of those, even the ones I wasn't interested in, because they actually put an effort in. All right, the copy is ready. Now it's time to actually send these messages and see what happens. Step 4, we're gonna launch and we're gonna manage the replies. Let's go. This is the moment, let's do it. The list is ready, the messages are written, it's time to start. All right, this is gonna be my daily rhythm. In the morning, I'm gonna send 50 DMs to recent connections. And then midday, I'm gonna send another 50 DMs. In the afternoon, I'll respond to all the replies from each batch. And in the evening, I'll send another 43 DMs so I hit my limit. And then I'll respond to all the remaining replies. Total, I'll be at about 143 new DMs per day. Here's the thing about LinkedIn DMs. When someone replies, you need to respond pretty fast. Not in 24 hours, not tomorrow. I would say within the hour if possible. LinkedIn conversations, they can die quickly. If you wait too long to reply, the lead is dead. Here's how I handle the responses. Positive response, I say, hey, great, here's my calendar link, let's chat. I don't overpitch if they're already interested. I try to get them on the phone. If they have a curious response, I'll answer their question and then I'll ask one back. If it's not interested, no worries, appreciate you letting me know. And like I said before, if it's no response, I'll follow up in about 3 to 4 days. Here's the key insight. This isn't about blasting messages and hoping. It's about starting real conversations with real people. Each reply, it's an opportunity. Even a not interested, it can turn into a referral if you handle it correctly. By the way, if you're finding this valuable and you want to start building your prospect list for outreach just like this, I'll leave a link to Uplead in the description. You can grab 5 free verified leads now to test it out. All right, we're at day 7. Let's look at the final results. Total DMs sent, 1,036 DMs. Total replies, 452. My response rate was 43%. It's a pretty high response rate. I had 72 positive or interested replies, and I booked 13 meetings. Here's an insight I had on the voice notes. I only sent a few voice notes because they took more time. The voice notes had almost double the response rate. If I had more time, I'd do more of these. If you're starting out, this could be a non-negotiable for you. You'll just want to manage your time wisely. All right, step number 6, the truth about LinkedIn only outreach. All right, here's the next thing I need to be honest about. These results are really good, but if you're only using LinkedIn, you're probably leaving money on the table. LinkedIn only, it's like fighting with one arm tied behind your back. You don't want to do that, trust me. So this is the ideal multi-channel sequence that I think you should use. This is what we call intelligence volume. It's a mix of touches across the channels that keep you on their radar without feeling like spam. Here's the exact 14 touch, 21-day sequence that can triple your response rates. Day 1, it's email number 1 plus a LinkedIn profile view. Day number 2, a LinkedIn connection request. Day number 3, a phone call and a voicemail. Day number 5, email number 2. Day number 7, a LinkedIn message. Day number 9, a phone call and a voicemail. Day number 11, email number 3 with a resource link. Day number 14, try to comment on their LinkedIn post. Day number 16, a phone call and a voicemail. Day number 18, email number 4, it's a final value add. And day number 21, it's a LinkedIn message, it's your final attempt. Here's why this works. You're showing up everywhere without being annoying. Each channel, it reinforces the others. They see your email, then your LinkedIn, then they hear your voice. By the time they respond, they feel like they already know you. It's omnipresence, it's not spam. Here's the math on multi-channel. With single channel, you're competing with everyone else in that inbox. With multi-channel, you're usually the only one showing up across all 3. Most people are too lazy to do this. That's exactly why it works. So does LinkedIn outreach work? Absolutely, yes. We booked 13 meetings just from asking people one simple question. LinkedIn alone is good, but LinkedIn combined with email and phone, it's unstoppable. If you want my complete LinkedIn playbook with all of the frameworks and templates, the link, it's in the description and it's free. Now, if you're ready to combine your LinkedIn inbound with strategic outbound, I built Uplead to give you real-time verified B2B emails and mobile numbers so you're not wasting time on bad data. You can try it free. Grab 5 free leads that match your ideal customers. The link, it's in the description. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.